Umpires are ready, players are in the middle, and we are ready as well. Welcome to the National Stadium at Providence on East Bank of Demerara as part of the Guyana Cricket Board inaugural T20 League, National T20 League. The package includes a female exhibition match. We're about to witness the commencement of this exciting game. 20 overs per side. The Pakaraima Force against Kaieteur Warriors. First ball, Millington delivers to the young prodigy, Crystal Durant. And Millington begins with a wide. There's a slip and play in captain Shabika Gajnabi. The Pakaraima Force won the toss. And we can see that they're taking first strike. It's Crystal Durant receiving from Flafiana Millington. Katana Mentor, the Barbician, is at a non-striker's end. What promises to be an exciting 20 overs per side. I can see that nice drift in the air already from Millington, who's been known over the years to be very economical, plagued by some injuries early in her career. That kept her, I'm sure, from going higher than regional. So we say good morning to Inderjeet for the first time today. Inderjeet, a triple header ahead of us, but we start with the ladies. They say ladies before gents.
Yeah, good morning to you, John. Hello to listeners wherever you are taking the broadcast from the National Stadium. Yes, and we are hoping that this is going to be a thrilling encounter. Two very good teams coming up against each other.
Teams packed with international players who have been around the regional circuit as well, and then those up-and-coming local players. It's good to see that we're having fine weather as well, again. Playing down the wrong line, so an appeal for a stumping, and it's given. No. Well, it's the end of the over. Certainly not the end of the over either. Slight celebration from the keeper, Shamin Campbell, who's so the first run, Casey Schultz picks up, one of the international players on show today. It's actually Mandy Mangru who's with the gloves today.
Yeah, Shamin Campbell, she's actually the captain of the Pakaraima Force, the team that is batting at the moment. And she's just feeling her way out in the middle here. Durant. Millington has been touching down nicely. This is short. Looking to play the cut shot. Didn't get a chance to make any contact. The first over gone here. And John, many of these ladies would not have been playing any serious cricket of recently. So we can expect a level of, how should I put it, rust out in the middle. They'll take a few overs to get themselves in. But it's good to see our females are competing against each other in this, the day of third place playoff and final for the Guyana Cricket Board National T20 League.
Some of the players here, like Mandy Mangru and Shamin Campbell, were part of the West Indies women team in the last T20 World Cup. So it's good to see that these players are on the park as well. But I take your point, some of the other players, the regional players, Ashwini Munisar was also on that tour. Some of the regional players and some of the local players had no or little cricket of recent. Trisha Hardat, it is, going to be coming in from the northern end of the ground, in the media center end. Nice cooling breeze behind her. A little bit of wave movement, but Inderjeet, the only difference in women's cricket is the size of the ball. The pitch remains the same, all the dimensions remain the same, but the size of the ball is the only difference. The rules are the same in terms of dismissals, runs being scored. So it's not quite a different game, it's just a different gender. Mandy Mango, the keeper is up.
Yes, and it's good to see our females out in the middle. And you're right about that, John. Every single aspect of the game remains. The weight of the ball is the same.
Runs as well off Hardat. Protection on the boundary at third man. So along with Nybert Blair, there is Ava Barker. So 2 female umpires as well, standing in the female game.
Yes, and this is real good to see. And they do have female cricket at heart. Had a little chat with them out in the middle, and they were sharing their experiences playing the game. And what can be done to strengthen women's cricket in Guyana and across the region. We must not lose focus. West Indies prepared to enter Test cricket in another few years. So, you know, you're looking for a structure that will produce the next generation of female cricketers.
Yeah, one of the good things about this sport as well is that if your attraction to the sport is finance or money, it will pay off. Because it's quite lucrative now with all of the contracts around. You see all the different franchises around the world popping up with a female tournament as well. We all know what's happening in Australia, India, England, South Africa, right here with the Caribbean Premier League. Millington starts a new over. 3 without loss.
Yes, and I like the way that Fluffiana Millington has been tossing the ball up. Just look at this, nicely flighted, and a big drive by Durant, and not making any contact. But she's teasing her outside the line of the off stump. I was about to say she's teasing him.
Ooh. Good control. Over the years, Millington has been doing this type of job with the new ball, sometimes towards the middle overs as well. Lots of experience from the Burbishan. That's a big no ball. High full toss. And Durant not sure what she wanted to do with it. Eventually, look at the pole and missed. But will have a free hit.
Yes, will she make any contact with the ball? No, had a chance to score some runs with that full toss. And again, not making contact. Just missing almost everything here.
Look at the way she's approaching her batting in the G. She's firmly planted in the crease, not trying to get her foot moving towards the pitch of the balls. And that's the reason she's missing. Look at that. This time it's offering the bat, backing herself. Fortunately for her, the ball was actually much closer from Millington. And these are little things that we'll have to work on moving forward, Crystal Durant and company.
Oh, that's a lovely looking on drive. And beating a diving figure down at short mid-wicket. And they'll go back and complete 2. Nice use of the feet there, John.
Yeah, the more experienced Katana mentor. Score moves on to 7. 3 overs completed. You're watching the female exhibition match as part of the Guyana Cricket Board National T20 League, powered by BetCageSports, under the patronage of Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, His Excellency, the President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. So this is the female exhibition match as part of the overall package on the day of final. We just started. Slight delay because of the delay in the arrival of the uniform for our ladies. These things happen. Playing across the line, that's a softball type of stroke. The chase is on. Mandy Mango with the gloves and pads and helmet. Gets there first.
And John, she's a little lady, but she's physically fit, Mandy Mangro. I've known her all my life. She's been playing cricket for so long. I remember seeing her at Mahaika boarding transportation coming to Georgetown. This little girl, pin size. Well, she has grown in stature over the years.
The first one goes, and it's Trisha Hard at striking. Crystal Durant playing across the line again, and this time, according to umpire Nybert Blair, she struck in front. So might have a point, might have gone on to hit the leg stump there in the Jeet.
Yeah, it was a very tight one, but the umpire, she's the boss, she's out in the middle, might have been thinking whether or not it's going down the leg side, but she thought it would have gone to hit the leg stump, so she has given him out, and young Durant has to go back.
Gone for 5, it's 9 for 1. Can have a third look at the dismissal. It's just about middle, coming back in. Yeah, definitely. What I admired about the umpire on this occasion in the Jeet, there was no hesitation as soon as the appeal went up. Look at that. It's as if she was part of the appeal. Take nothing away from the umpires who are pretty sure about a decision. They go up very early. Sometimes, like umpire Steve Bucknell, take some time to think about it, because these decisions are very critical towards a person's career, towards the state of the game. So you don't want to be playing down the wrong line, so to speak. Tilian Majamutu, the new batter.
John, these ladies have to be very, very careful here. The Pakaraima Force that's batting out in the middle, they seem to be walking across the stumps. And the last dismissal, Durant there, I think because she walked straight across the stump, umpire had no hesitation. And again, we see Madramutu here looking to go across. First delivery she faced. So it's a T20 affairs between these two teams, and they have chosen their names based on some prominent places in Guyana. Pakaraima, we have a mountain range in Guyana that we call the Pakaraima, spreads across, the footpath of different South American countries. That's a towering mountain range, very powerful indeed.
Nice over. 2 runs on a wicket. 9 for 1 after 4. Pakaraima Mountain Range, part of our national song as well. This is the Pakaraima Force for you. Shireen Campbell, Shanetta Grimman, some of the international players there, along with some of the local up-and-coming stars. Naya Lachman posted in there, one that I have a lot of time for as a leg spinner. The Kaieteur Warriors, Shabika Gajnabi, Ashmini Munisar. There's also Mandy Mangro, Millington, Casey Schultz, some of the players. Sienna Retty Meyer as well, some of the players that have some experience. Speaking of experience, it's going to be young off spinner on the 19th, former West Indies on the 19 captain, the first ever to do so. Ashmini Munisar, a young lady from Kanji in the Berbice again, another Berbician to the fore.
Yes, and one of the reasons why so many Berbice girls have made the national team over the years is that they play amongst the boys in Berbice. And here again, can't score. So runs have become a very scarce commodity here for the Pakaraima Force. They need to get bat onto ball. That's essential. Ashmini Munisar, she's one of those rising young ladies of recently. Oh, that's a good ball, but well played by the right-handed mentor.
Yeah, you mentioned it, playing across the line, jumping across the off stump, exposing the leg stump. That's because a lot of time they back their strength to go through the onside.
Well, once again, playing across the line. Was it pitched outside the line of the leg stump? And Mentor not making any contact. We shall surely look at this and see. It's pitched. Well, that pitched in line, but going down the leg side. Good decision.
Umpire Barker on this occasion. Again, quick decision from the umpire and a quick decision to go for a single. And they had to be very quick in the end. The return came in quickly, but they're quickly to get into their respective places as well.
Yes, and it's refreshing to hear that sweet sound of the ball hitting the bat now. They're making contact more frequently than when they started.
Wide ball.
Delivery outside the line of the leg stump. This time it's called a wide. Just like you saw Mandy Mango going up in front of you in the G. I saw Tilia Madramutu, young lady from the Commons Lodge Industry area, Greater Georgetown. Over completed, 12, the loss of 1. Went to school in Georgetown. Played some, well, still playing some cricket at Maltino's in Georgetown. But what caught my eyes in the G, I was on the corridor, the East Coast, the Demerara corridor, and I saw a young lady running from the road as if she's running from someone. Then it happened again and again, so I got curious. So when I approached to see what she really doing, what habit it became a habit, she was actually running in bowling in a
She's going to get runs, so this time down through backward square. Just straying down the leg side, and they're coming back and complete two. Two good-looking runs there to Madramutu. She'll now move on to 3. And she's tall, has the look of a female cricketer, this young lady. And Sienna Retimaya, operating from the northern end of the ground. Yeah, good delivery. Just about outside the line of the off stump. Nice little bounce off the pitch as well. And she's operating with a solitary slip. The skipper herself is there, Shabika Gajnabi. Where's a drive by Madramutu, not making any contact. That was nicely pitched up. Maybe if she had waited on it a little bit more, played a little bit late, could have got it through the offside field. So the expectation here, Naeem, it has been slow going. That's expected. 14 for 1. 1 delivery remain in the first 6 over when the power play will come to an end. This time it's going to be called a wide.
Well, just as usual, with even with the men's, when you're describing the men teams, you seem to be looking for little sparkles, and where exactly the talents lie. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking at the bowler, for example, Retimaya, her run-up, the rhythm she gets, line and length.
Famous waterfall, doesn't it?
Yes, the other name also reminds us of the culture. Back in the days, we used to enjoy touring around, watching. So Pakaraima also, one of the beautiful mountain range in the hinterland of Guyana. So it's nice to hear these names coming up and regurgitating, like the Amazon Warriors, the Pit Bulls, the whatever, Piranhas.
That's a good delivery here by Munisar. Touching down nicely, getting a little bit of movement inwards. And Mentor, everything behind that one. So she's just beginning to see the ball, Munisar. Building her experiences. A very important cog in the wheel for the Guyana female team, Ashmini. When you think of Kaieteur, you think of splendor, beauty untold. Wrapped on the pad, screams the appeal, but that was definitely going down the leg side. The world's highest single drop waterfall, 741 feet, thundering down. That's a spectacle to behold.
A spectacle that I've never witnessed, actually, and that's pretty unfortunate to be a Guyanese and not having seen the majestic Kaieteur Falls. It was struck somewhere in the tummy there, mid-rift. But I've traveled extensively in the hinterland in the younger days as a reporter, but I've never gone to the Kaieteur Falls.
Oh, we need to get our priority, right? I know you have traveled to North America. It's much more cheaper to get to Kaieteur Falls now.
Well, I was waiting actually for what kind of engagement would attract FL Sport to the majestic Kaieteur Falls, so I'll get a free ticket.
Don't worry, keep your dreams alive. Those things might very well come true. You never know.
I hope it's in this lifetime.
It will be. My prediction for you, Naeem. You will visit Kaieteur Falls in this lifetime. 7 overs gone, 19 for the loss of 1.
Well, of course, the interest in this game, it's an exhibition match for those people joining us in advance of the semi-finals we've got at 2 o'clock, then at 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, third place playoff will be at 2 p.m. and that's the Piranhas, the team from Berbice. They will be playing the Pit Bulls here at 2 for third place playoff. And then all Essequibo final tonight. That should be war. Essequibo Anacondas against the Essequibo Jaguars.
Well, I wasn't here at the National Stadium yesterday, but it just bothered me to have an idea of how the Pit Bull fell short, because on paper, practically, they're the strongest team.
But it was simple, Naeem. What the Anacondas did was to, first of all, begin to extract some teeth. And that extraction went right through the innings. So they were toothless at the end of that game. Convincing victory by the Anacondas. Was a good cricket match.
Many games comparatively across the world, the big stage, meaning the final, you get into problems, or the semi-finals. That's a one that is going over the head. This might even crawl into the boundary. Nice bit of work from the, I was about to say fielder, but let's say field woman, so to speak. Nice shot. That's the first, well, the second shot that was pretty convincing. The one to the mid-wicket boundary earlier on. And now this one straight over the top.
Yeah, that was a good shot, hit with some power as well. And the ball was there in the slot. And young Madramutu made no mistake with that one. She's a very friendly girl, understand her role, what she wants. Look at that cut shot, got on top of it and played it well too.
What I like with Madramutu, what I've seen so far, the opening batter that was out missed approximately 99% of the balls bowled to her. She must have faced maybe 15 balls. Madramutu is connecting, and that's a good sign. She's been connecting every single ball bowled to her. Outside edge. That area is protected, or so I thought.
Well, it was actually protected, so you were right initially, just that the fielder coming across there made a little mess out of it, allowing the... Well, they didn't take 2, did they? No, just 1. I thought they went through for the second, but they did not.
Most girls, in all honesty, they like to settle for 1. In the air, just a single here, I think. Yeah, they don't like 2s and 3s out of decency. In marriage, they settle down, and 1, just 1. If it doesn't work, well then, okay. But it's always fun describing the girls, and we'd seen where this all started a few years back and where it has reached in world standard cricket I'm talking about. It was the kind of agenda when they try to engage the public, you'd have pockets of supporters coming out to see. But now that the game has gone on and matured in the distaff side, you're seeing the interest now. We've produced good West Indian players from Guyana also playing out there.
Yes, you're right about that. And two of them, they're actually captains in this match. 8 overs gone, 25 for the loss of 1. Charmaine Campbell, she's the captain of the Pakaraima Force. And Shabika Gajnabi, the captain of the Kaieteur Warriors team. Yes, and that's the dugout of the Pakaraima Force. No doubt there are lots of discussions going on there, especially on the stairway. The others on the chairs are looking a little bit on the sad side.
But I wonder how should there be a feminine way to describe the dugout, like doggy or something like that, and retain batter for the masculine side, maybe batties for the feminine side, something of the sort. Because what the West Indies board did was to introduce this word batter as a legitimate word to describe both men and women. Shot, nice shot, short of a length there. And Mentor, who has not been getting a lot of chance to bat. She's gone for 15 deliveries so far, 16 correction. But nice shot. Short, she was back and clobbered it. Not as hard as she would have liked, and finding the gap to an extent. So she just picked up a couple of runs.
Yes, I think I'm going to stick to the one batter. I will never get myself in any trouble. That's a fine shot. Pulled off the back foot down towards the mid-wicket boundary, and they'll just get the single, but that was hit pretty hard. And as these girls grew in confidence, you know, you're beginning to see the different skill set. But we are approaching the halfway stage. We're in over number 9. They will love to get up that 28 to maybe around 45 to 50 before we comes.
But brilliant sunshine for those of you joining us outside of beautiful Guyana. This is basically an exhibition match in preparation for the third place playoff and the grand finale. Coming up later in the day, hits the non-striker's end. I don't think it came off her hand. I'd like to see the replay on this.
No!
And that almost got a legitimate run out of the other side. Bit of confusion there.
Well, that ball actually slammed into the back of, I'll tell you who is it. Is it Madramutu? Now look at this. Did she got a hand onto it? They hit the stump. Apparently didn't get a hand onto it. And now Madramutu, I think with the fielder looking for the run out there, the ball just slammed into her back. She looks a very strong girl.
Nice Mentor. She's displaying the quality that I'm looking for here, actually. Down the pit driving, square cutting along the ground.
She's a national player, so she understands the expectation out in the middle. This is good bowling here by Kaieteur Schultz, another national player. 9 overs gone. It's 31 for the loss of 1. Just in case you're wondering to know where this cricket is originating from, well, it's at the National Stadium at Providence in beautiful Guyana. It's an exhibition match. Guyana Cricket Board National T20 League, powered by BetCageSports under the patronage of His Excellency, the President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, with the feature rallying call of One Guyana. Pakaraima Force, 31 for the loss of 1, 13 Madramutu, 9 Mentor, Durant the lone one gone back for 5 from 18. Hardat 1 for 3, Millington and Muniz are yet to pick up a wicket.
Shabs, I like a slip, you know.
So, change of bowling. I'm seeing some beautiful names. Just missing outside the off stump there, Madramutu, who has also been connecting good. Look at that name, Prafiana Millington. If you're looking for a name for your daughter just in the event that happens, beautiful name. Nice drive there, Madramutu. Both of these batters are making contact with beautiful stroke play. Mentor, and now she's being joined by Madramutu. At least there is connection.
Yes, Naeem has seen beautiful names. Oh, this is a nice little tickle. And they'll get the single off the bat of Katana Mentor. I have seen beautiful ladies out in the middle there, Naeem. You concentrate on the names. I'll be looking at the ladies. There's one in the commentary box as well. The pretty flower, Vimy.
Prafiana, there's Tilia, if I'm calling that name right.
And that's correct.
And Katana. Beautiful, uncommon. That's what I liked about it.
Yes, I think the name Katana is actually African. You think of Nkosi, Nkosi, Kunta Kenti. Think about Katana. So 10 overs gone, 33 for the loss of one. The girls are going to refresh themselves with some beverage. We'll take a little break and be right back.
Same thing though. Yeah, I
Ready to
gotta
come
put this
off.
house in harder.
For them too. She come on. Mandy. To the middle. Get up. Come on, go. Look, come, Linda, come.
This young lady been on the field all day.
No, we sub in. So they normally sub. Like they're using all 50.
So you gotta say something, man. Yeah, June.
You. Linda, look, you stay here. Linda.
That's a lovely, gentle full toss after the drinks break. As if they served wine. Now you're having cheese. Beautiful shot. Well executed. 4 runs.
But she's been making contact. I mentioned that before. Look at this. In every full toss, and we've seen a lot of those, connection was made, herself and Madributu.
The Bartitian will try to get it right. Schultz, who is from the Region 7, the town of Bartica. Moved to Georgetown a while ago. Started playing softball cricket because that was what was available at the time for her. Moved on. Nice. Cannot beat the feel, a good feeling. And there's one thing I'm enjoying as well is the ground feeling of these ladies. That's a short delivery from Kaieteur Schultz.
I like her action, actually, and her composure. Flighted one there, deceiving Mentor, and trying to get to the length of the ball, but was beaten in the air. Nice flight.
Schultz does a lot of spot bowling. You'd see a number of afternoons at the Everest Cricket Club. Just maybe 2 or 3 persons to collect the balls for her. And she's bowling. This one is a bad bit of feeling. A lower single that was not on initially. So one more. And I think after the drinks break, the message to the Pakaraima Force is that you must be able to score a bit quicker. And we've seen an effort now. No dot balls since the drink break. Chance. Difficult one for Schultz, but with the international cap that she's worn, you felt that she could have taken that one. Over completed, 11 gone, 41 for 1.
Very good over there from Schultz. Nice flight. Deceiving the the batter on more than one occasion. Quite clear she was flighting the ball nicely.
So Hardat is going to come back. Her first spell, she got a wicket. 1 for 3 from her first 2 overs. Here she is again. Wayward. Madributu. Looking good so far for her. 16. Played a couple of good strokes. Got early boundaries in her innings. Not sure what has been happening recently in terms of her cricket, but you seem a bit tired heading towards the drinks break.
There's no doubt that these 2 batters have been settling in quite nicely. And Mentor in particular has been a bit more forceful than Madributu. But as you mentioned, it quite possibly should be the time that they just step a little bit on the gas, at least get the singles as often as possible.
The last over from Schultz. Boundary of the very first ball and then 4 singles after that. So that's what the batting side will be looking to do. More scoring strokes than dot balls. This one is going to find the gap. Millington, who's been plagued by injuries, giving chase. There's 2 others as well. The youthful legs Looks like not Durant, but one of the younger players will pull it up in front of the boundary, in front of Millington and Mangru, who are chasing as well. But a nice flowing cover drive.
Beautiful. I mentioned that just a few deliveries ago that they've been making contact. That's very important with the ball. And also, they've been pretty aggressive. Mentor in particular has been striking it hard.
Projected score says 77. I think they'll be very happy if they can get anywhere close to that. Still experience of Shemaine Campbell to come. Katana Mentor, who's from Berbice. It's been on a long time, Mentor. Started with Crystal Durant. Durant dismissed. Now she's still there. Hardat about to finish her third. In the air. Chance not taken. Katana Mentor looking to clear the infield. Looking to go over the head of mid-off. Mid-off backpedaling. Just could not hold on. At the end of 12, 46 for 1.
It was actually pretty straight. She had to reverse, yes. But in the end, when her hand made contact with the ball, or the ball with the hand, it was she was pretty comfortable there, like this lady you're seeing on the screen.
And the three in the back, all chilled, enjoying the action. First of 3 matches today. It's coming in pretty early to soak up some of the action. 12 overs gone. Pakaraima Force winning the toss and batting first. 46 for the loss of 1.
Change ball coming right time over.
But what is beautiful though for the upcoming games, third place playoff, and then in normal circumstances that would have been a single. Just coming back to the other 2 games to be played today. First, they'll have the third place finale, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock respectively.
Oh, clean bowled. Walking across her stump, exposing the leg stump. Ashwini Munisar with international experience. Keeping it simple. Slight turn. Look at the evidence. So she's sent on her way. 46 for 2 in the 13th. Both openers now dismissed.
Yeah, one that was just like sliding straight into the leg stump. Yeah, Mentor there off limits. That she's batted pretty well. She was, as I said, making contact, very hard contact sometimes, getting a couple of boundaries also. So quite a fine knock. I think I'm pretty pleased with her. And here comes the captain of the batting side, Shemaine Campbell, international experience as well.
That's right, that's Shemaine Campbell. He's been one of the contracted players as well for West Indies women's.
Well, the right time over.
One-time vice captain of the senior national side.
Yes, that's middle.
West Indies, that is. Long-time captain of
Slight
Guyana. And it's good to
It's
see that
too
she's wearing her Guyana helmet.
next up.
Sometimes when you wear that maroon helmet for the West Indies, you tend to come back and show that you're proud to have earned that helmet, but she's wearing her national helmet, which is really good to see.
I think Shemaine has really maintained her fitness as well. She's very, very trim, athletic looking.
She tends to take a little bit of time to get going. I know she's going to look to give her team a good score here this morning. She really wants to start scoring sooner rather than later. Chance for a run out. Quick single that they were thinking about. There was Gajnabi coming in quickly from cover. That would have been suicidal.
I think it's typical of Campbell, very busy-like and business-like. So she wanted a quick, smart single. Did not get a backing there from Talia Majamutu.
Campbell, who plays club cricket in Berbice at the Rosehall Town Youth and Sport Club. Like so many other girls in Berbice. 32 years old. Just back from the ICC Women's World T20.
End of 13, 47 for 2. A projected score of 72. In the men's category at T20 internationals, you know that we're scamping around for 200 odd runs. So 72 is the projected score based on the run rate they have been maintaining. But they, I guess, would want to feel to put themselves in a little bit more comfort zone, should try to at least get to that 100 mark. It seems pretty difficult at the moment.
Millington for her final over. Chance for a run out as well. Campbell yet to open. Well, she's got a single. She's looking for a second there to get going, but no. Good feeling by Kayan Retimaya. Campbell actually started as a teenager for the West Indies way back in 2009 when she made her debut against South Africa. So it's a mathematics to tell you that she's been at the international level for some 16 years. And I'm sure there's some 16-year-olds playing on the field today. So she's been playing as long as many of them are alive. Lots of experience from Campbell.
And you can see it in her body language, the way she's approaching her game as well. Very composed, confident. That's the word I'm looking for. She displays that in her whole body language.
Look at umpire Nybert Blair. Not everything down the leg side or outside the line of the leg stump is being called wide. And I must say that she's consistently with that. So whatever's her reason, she is consistent. The single from Millington's final over. 4 overs, none for 9. 14 overs completed. 48 for the loss of 2. The Pakaraima Force winning the toss, batting first against the Kaieteur Warriors here at the National Stadium in brilliant sunshine. What a way to start your Saturday morning.
Beautiful cricket here at the National Stadium. And it looks very picturesque. That's a little shot outside of the stadium at Peters Hall. And just around the vicinity there, that's a Demerara River. You're looking in the background where those bushes, the clump of bushes that comes to your eyesight first. Start of the Demerara River. There's a massive bridge going up there. There you go with Shamin Campbell. Very, very confident, very compact. And that looks like 2 wides in one, very wide, down the leg side. So Madam Schultz would need to pull that up a little bit and get the the batter to play at the ball. Bad miss of there from extra cover. So we'd seen some misfields, we'd seen some drop catches as well. And I guess Mr. Grimman, the coach of the national women's team, would be keeping a keen eye out in some of the areas that he's got to work on. You see that sometimes among the men as well.
So yes, what could have been a dot ball turns out to be 2. A nice juicy full toss again from Schultz. So Shemaine not trying to hit it too hard. Just wanted to get bat on ball. I think she was surprised by the delivery as well.
I guess with our experience, Shemaine would know that looking at the scoreboard 52-4-2, that they've got 8 wickets still standing, and so she would be the one with her experience to nudge it around, pick up the 2s and the 3s and a boundary here and there. Whether Madramutu is exhausted at 19 runs or personal score, that's another issue. There you go. Appeal. I'm surprised actually, but the umpire is in the best position there.
Appeal for what? The stumps are still intact.
I didn't even notice that. You're right.
One left.
It was a chance. Look at that. The new wicket keeper, because Mandy Mangru was behind his stumps with gloves for the first 10 overs. This time he's hitting in the air. There's a fielder coming around. Retty Meyer, what have you done? Could have done much better. That ball hung in the air for a long time. Was there for her to take. And she just waited to prevent the boundary.
She waited to prevent taking the catch, it seems, as though she had lost confidence. It was in the air for a while, very, very long while, coming straight to her direction, so there was no confusion in all of that equation. And she just waited, allowed it to drop in front of her. So that's the bowling figures for you. Just 1 wicket each for Munisar and Hardat. So I guess that projected score I saw a while ago from your computer, John, 72. I think these two would hopefully would want to take it and should take it over that 72 mark. And may I also say that Gajanabi is the captain of the fielding side. I think our field placing has been very good. And she's been disappointed with things like these. Wides going down the leg side, free runs given away. That's something that she may just have to tighten up on.
Hardat in her final over. Straying. I think Cameron managed to get some bat onto that. So it actually runs. A safe shot in the end. He was outside the line of her leg stump. She just managed to get the under edge. And the fielder at that fine leg position is in the circle. Had to give chase. It was too good for her.
Down the ground, Shemaine Campbell. This is going to go all the way. Yeah, good shot. Coming off the meat of the bat there. Hardat suffering there. Just putting it in the sweet hole. And just being clobbered away by Shemaine Campbell.
Nice and safe. Hitting over the head of the bowler. No fielders are in that position. As straight as you can ask for it. Straight down the ground.
Now, that's what the Pakaraima Force would like to see us a few more of those from Shemaine. Shot taken this time at extra cover. Yeah, pitched into the half volley position, and Shemaine was into the drive, just not clearing that extra cover. Nice to see the catch being taken.
Yeah, good catch from Fluffiana Millington at that extra cover position. Hardat pitching up. Campbell looking to clear the inner ring. And there's Millington timing her dive perfectly. And a good wicket to get. 13 Campbell dismissed for. 6-2 for the loss of 3 now in over number 16. Some words being exchanged between outgoing batter and incoming. Shanetta Grimman, also with international experience, also from the Rose Otong Youth and Sports Club in Berbice.
I wonder if she's related to Grimman, the coach.
She says no, but Coach Grimman says yes. It's in the air. The verdict is in the air.
You got to go, I guess, arbitration. Many of these girls are pretty.
I agree with you. Pretty.
I was going to add to that, pretty plus. Pretty diminutive, pretty small. The Hardet is pretty chubby, strong. Some or the other, though, I thought that Gajnabi may not want to have a long on and long off. These girls, except for Charmaine Campbell and the earlier batswoman that was striking the ball hard. Other than that, they've been just tentatively pushing around the place. So you don't actually need long on and long off. After this over, Indrajit will be replacing me, of course, joining you, John, as we prepare for the reply in this game, and then, of course, the big showdown coming up later on.
Nine runs on a wicket. 63 on the board, 3 wickets down, 4 overs to go. See some more spectators coming in now, recognizing 2 of those players who play softball cricket. So Niall Achman, Rochelle Roberts, Sienna Barcoy, Roshana Harper, Lafina Ragobir, and look at the list. Still lots of players because they're playing 15 upon 15.
Left arm round the wicket.
Schultz now for her final over. Wicketless. Just too short on occasion and a couple of times as well. Lots of juicy full toss being served up. But Indrajit was just rejoined us with 3 overs to go after this. Projected score of 78. Do you think that'll be enough?
I don't think it might be enough. But I think it's a kind of total that will give them something to bowl at. Might very well be competitive, taking into consideration these ladies would not have been playing competitive cricket, many of them, for the longest while. We did speak about the little rust, coordination of the body, stamina, the ability to endure the 20 overs out in the middle. And while it's not enough, it will give them something to bowl at.
I'd love to see an exciting run chase. Playing across the line, Shanita Grimman. And now a big appeal for a run out. Sort of like the double play, but leg by given. Lots of start stop in this case. Grimman sweeping, missing. And then he came through for the leg by. Run out, Naro says the umpire. But Madramutu has been there for a long time now. Came in at a critical number 3 position. 38 deliveries for her 22. From a team's perspective, you want to see Madramutu now opening up her shoulders and working the gaps, maybe looking to get some boundaries. We saw her getting towards the halfway stage, being a bit winded.
And I think you have called it right, John. Indeed, a little bit winded. 2 for 17, the best bowling figures we have had so far. Now, she has been stroking the ball nicely here, Tilia Madramutu, but not being able to pick the gaps. Earlier on, she was hitting it a little bit more hard. I remember one lovely shot over mid-off that raced away down to the boundary for 4. But she's been holding the fort. Maybe they were expecting a little bit better from Charmaine Campbell. She did not deliver today, the West Indian player. And even with this shot, you could have seen the tiredness in Tilia Madramutu there. Nevertheless, she got a single.
Over.
Schultz finishing her 4 overs wicketless. 23 conceded, 3 overs to go, 67 for 3. Shanita Grimman as well, who can hit the ball a pretty long way. They want to take some responsibility. You've seen over the years Grimman starting as a top order batter. And then in franchise cricket and recent Caribbean Premier League, batting all the way at number 11. She really needs to get back into her ways. She had some injuries to her shin a couple of years ago. Came back, had to work on her fitness to get back into shape. She has done pretty well. She's looking trim, I must say. Just realizing that the only way to get back into the international side is by working her way up. So with her experience and her determination, we can expect some fireworks from the Berbishan. Seems as if I'm repeating myself when it comes to Berbishan women in this cricket match. Lots of talent in Berbice. A lot of the ladies playing the beautiful game. Why not? It's rewarding you quite prettily, not handsomely, prettily. Retimaya's back. Oh, look at that. Beautifully stroked through the covers. Textbook fashion from Madramutu, but just a single. Rotation in the strike nonetheless.
Yes, John, and Madramutu has some good batting qualities. The way she drives the ball, she gets to the pitch of it. She looks good all along the ground. And when she decides to go over the top, she can do that. We have a change in keeper. We just have to find out who is that. Thought that Lizzie, this is a wide actually, Lizzie who replaced Mangro, she also has now given up the job behind the stumps. So it's good rotation with that 15-member team. Everybody given an opportunity to do something, whatever out in the middle.
So Retimaya as well, one of the West Indies on 19 players. Lots of promise, lots of potential as an all-rounder. First time I saw her, pretty timid, soft-spoken. You had to really amplify what she was saying to really understand. You can see she's matured nicely, put on some size as well in terms of her physique as a bowler. A flowing cover drive, but finding Mandy Mangru, who's a lone fielder on the cover boundary.
Keep balling, Ratty, keep balling.
So one of the things that the world has done, ICC has done for women's cricket, is to bring that on the 19 tournament as well. That on the 19 World Cup. So lots of these girls are getting exposure from a young age, like Retimaya. Single again. To remember Munasar, first ever, who's feeling the ball now. First ever West Indies on 19 captain. Went on to India, played in the US of A. Cricket tend to open doors for you, Indrajit. So lots of these young players will really aspire. Middle stump knocked out. Sticking to her plan, Retimaya. And that is Shanita Grayman playing across the line and losing her middle stump for 3. It's now 71 for 4 in the 18th.
Yes, and Grimman just missed everything there. The ball didn't get the kind of bounce she was looking for, and it hit the stumps. She knows she missed it. And I agree with you, John. I mean, so many different tournaments across the world today. You have ladies as far as Nepal playing the game. And in different countries as well. So it's going to be a boom, and especially with prize money going up for women's tournament, and women now are being contracted players by different home boards. And, you know, these are all things that will lure people into picking the game as a career. So much opportunity there. It is left now for various countries to make full use of whatever opportunities are there and present the scenario so you can develop the next generation of young players. And here is where, again, I mean, we're not harping on it, but the school system is of vital importance of developing an individual. 18 overs gone, 72 for the loss of 4. It's not only academics and academics. Sports must, at all times, in a modern world, be treated as an industry by itself. 13, Shemaine Campbell, 13, Harder, 2 for 17. Munisar, 1 for 14, and Sienna Retimaya, 1 for 18 from her 3.
I think you spotted Bunisar's figure, 1 for 4. Extremely economical. And she's going to come back now to wrap up her spell. It's the Marara girl. Pretty strange as well, the way she started. She said she just enjoyed playing cricket with her brothers and those in the area, in the backyard, in the streets. Then one day realized that there's an opportunity to go to trials for the Georgetown side. This ball he loses, the wicket keeper is going to run pretty close to the boundary. It gets there ahead of the fielder. So Latchman was invited to, well, actually she took up the invitation to go to Transport Sports Club ground for that trials, and immediately started, well, given the ball, and started to bowl. Coach Clive Grimman saw her. He just gave her a little bit of tweak and said, look, do this, do that. She was doing it. He was impressed. He invited her for matches. She started to play at the county level. Went on to play same year youth cricket for Guyana. Same year was called for the West Indies A team. Last December she went to Pakistan with the West Indies A side. Women's CPL started this year, and she was part of the franchise team as well. To get connection, you have to go.
Yeah, I mean, even the zinc top as well, high on the roof, you must have to get those connections. That's one of FL Sports cameraman. Yes, John, I agree with you. And many, greats will have certain nice, interesting stories to tell the way they got involved in their early years of development. That's a flowing looking drive of Latchman. She looks good out in the middle. Any relation to Devindra Latchman that is playing in the Guyana T20 League?
Not that I'm aware of. But Guyana is a small place. Quick single now, quick single. Yes, completed. Tilia, she is tired. You can see those legs rubbery at this stage with 1 over to go. But she's done a wonderful job. She's not even will not go down to speak to Latchman. She's going to do it from a distance because she's not able to go there and come back. Look at that. Definitely winded.
Yes, definitely very tired indeed. She's doing it in a smart way too. She does not want the opposition to know the level of tiredness there, so she's fixing things on the batter.
Hello. We're seeing you.
We're talking about moms or grandmas, you never know. But it's good to see them. Has to get some relationship there. This man is of all trade we're watching there. Lakram.
Ready to wrap up the innings. Here's Madramutu. I remember at one time playing for the media side in Guyana many years ago. I will not say many, but a number of years ago. Monty Lynch, the former English Guyanese player, played for England. Monty Lynch was our coach. Oh, that's a lovely stroke this time. It's in the air, however. What a catch! Brilliant running catch. Looks like Rilana Grimman from this vantage point, but we'll have to confirm. To begin with, Inderjit was a A full toss. Lashman got good connection. So it went high, giving the field enough time to run around. Look at that. Excellent running catch.
Yeah, well, she dropped one previously, John, and she's not going to drop a second one. That's a good-looking catch, running, and it's going to make all the ladies out there feel pretty happy, and she herself, that will bring some level of comfort. Brilliantly done. You were telling me about that story with Monty Lynch.
Right. So it reminds me of what Majamutu is experiencing at this stage. Montelins, the coach, said, as you get tired, you begin to lose all of your faculties, and then when you try to play strokes, you will not get it the way you want it. So at that stage, when you start to get tired, you do everything like you mentioned to get those lungs pumping again, to get the oxygen in the system, so that you do not lose your wicket. Everything tends to go wrong with you when you're tired.
Yes, and it's recommended that you do a few things so that you just bid your time, and sometimes when you get that second wind going for you, that really counts. Remember physical education classes when we were at school, our teacher used to take us through some things, my goodness. But later days in life, you understand how important are those lessons. It's going to take another cheeky single here. Return fired in. The stumps have been disturbed. I don't think because of the ball. They'll capitalize, John. That's going to run close towards the boundary. Dust touches the boundary rope. So that should be 5 runs. That's good to help the cause. 87 for 5.
Strange enough, it reminds me of one of the World Cup winning moments in 2022 or thereabout, between England and New Zealand. Tell you what, that ball came off the bat of Belgrave, who was running for her crease, and went into the boundary. Usually with the spirit of the game, if the ball takes the bat or the body of one of the batters and goes to a fielder, they do not run. But this case, you have to take the runs because it goes to the boundary and not to a fielder. So the laws of the game says that is 5 runs. You have to take it.
So not a bad over at all. 7 runs off it and a wicket falling. So there are just 2 more legal deliveries remaining here, and Retimaya 2 for 25 so far, and looks good. Oh, love this shot down the track. Driving and getting a single there, Majamutu. And she's going to feel pretty happy with her performance here today. Despite being fatigued out in the middle, she has delivered the goods.
I love the action of Retimaya now. Nice high action. As I see him, look at the elbows pumping. Look at that. Beautifully disguised, slower delivery. Wide of the mark, but not wide enough for umpire Blair to say it's wide. So that should... Oh, given now. Of the toe end of the bat, it seemed. And Shauna Belgrave will have to go. And also it's the end of the innings as well. So 88 for the loss of 6. That will be the final score. Retimaya getting a wicket with her last delivery. And Majamutu finishing with a top score of 34. 2 boundaries pretty early in her innings. 49 deliveries faced. 17 to Katana Mentor, who had a good partnership with Majamutu as well. 13 to Campbell. And nothing else to write home. Millington started. Had a very good spell. 18 dots from her 4 overs. But did not pick up a wicket. Trisha Hardett with Simon, 2 for 17. Retimaya now finishing with a couple of wickets as well. And Munisar, the other wicket taker. So at the halfway stage, it's now 88 for 6. 20 overs completed. Pakaraima Force will take a few minutes. And then they'll have to defend that. Will Kaieteur Warriors chase it down? We'll have to wait and see. Do join us in a few minutes for the run chase.
Well, back here at Providence on the brilliant conditions for cricket, the Kaieteur Warriors ladies, led by Shabika Gajnabi, they'll be looking for 89 from all of 20 overs, and that's because the Pakaraima Force 88 from their allotment of overs. And certainly we are hoping for a keen battle between these two teams, but on paper, you will want to give the advantage to the team batting now. That's Kaieteur Warriors. Whatever happens to it, I think the ladies are definitely having a good day out in the middle. Some would have been playing some amount of cricket. Others, no competitive cricket whatsoever. So it's a nice journey onto Providence here in Guyana. With me in the com box, Naim Chan. Naim, they're looking for 89. That's the Kaieteur Warriors. We shall see what's going to happen.
Well, if they live up to their names, the Warriors, then they would have to get to that 89. We see how it unfolds. But you were talking earlier on about them having a nice time. I like the camaraderie that I saw in the camp. Both teams, they were not competing. They were just like friendly, typical girls holding hands, hugging, and whatever. So the camaraderie in the tent has been good. And it's good.
Excuse me, you mean men are not in that category?
No.
I hear you, Naim.
So, and it's good too that many of them are having the opportunity to play at the National Stadium. The exposure, I think, is wonderful.
Yes, so little Mandy Mangru, she's going to take the first delivery here. And it's good to see they're starting with a slipper. And there's also backward point, a cover. There's extra cover mid-off, mid-on. Short mid-wicket, a forward square, and a short backward square. So here's the first delivery. Yeah, in the air, but they're definitely off the mark. Pick the gap nicely.
Well, getting 89 from 20 overs it's pretty much you might want to see a walk in the park. What I think they need to do is not to lose any early wickets so that they can build on that, set a platform for the rest to come. Take it easy as possible if you like. This is far beyond the run a ball. They've got many deliveries, so they just need to apply themselves, get the ones and twos, and cruise along.
So Naomi Barcoy, she's going to take her first delivery. And this is good cricket by Barcoy. Coming off the meat of the bat, soft hands, down towards forward square. And she too is off the mark with the one. So the game plan here, don't rush the bowling. We are going to play every ball on its merit, and we can get to that 89.
This is smart cricket from Mangru tickling it. There's a wide gap towards the fine leg region, almost got into the boundary. Delicately struck or nudged away, if you like, and picking up 3 runs.
Yes, good approach to batting here, realizing I can manipulate the bowler, use the pace of Shanita Grimond, and that is exactly what Mandy Mangru did. And she collected a single. Remember Mandy playing for the boys in the under-15 Georgetown Cricket Association tournament. She did pretty well defending this time, and she actually took her team to victory. That's Everest against Maltinos in a gripping encounter, the Everest ground.
Deceived there. Oh, Lordy. Naomi would have to come back, join the dugout and her colleagues. She was deceived. And that one turned back. Have a little look at it again. From outside the line of the off stump. First of all, she was deceived in the air. Nice turn there, Jeet, and taking the bails off, going down towards the leg stump.
Yes, and Shanita Grimond, well bowled, totally deceiving the right-handed batter. and she has to go. Good delivery. Barcoy had no answer for that one. When you score small runs, you want to ensure you pick up early wickets. So this is a good start by Grimond picking up Barcoy.
And that's what the batting side didn't want, to lose an early wicket. But that's how it is. The captain is in. And we'd have to wait and see how she navigates and lead the ship. I had a lot of, shared friendship with him because I knew him since he was quite a little boy. So that's the exhibition match at the top. Madramuti was left not out on 34. She batted extremely well. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yes, and that's also the home of the Quarantine Thunder, Imran Khan. You look at the bowling department. 3 for 26, Retimaya bowled well. 2 for 17, that's Hardat. And 1 for 8, Monesar. Combination of bowlers picking up those wickets. Remember Imran Khan, didn't you?
Yes, I have, fade memories, but the Turbinator, I described them a lot at intercounty level and even the national level. But he was a very, very aggressive batsman. That's why they nicknamed him Terminator.
Yes, and if the soul ever rests, may his soul rest in peace, Faisal Sattar.
Mangro is very pint-sized, and you can offer some correction on that term, maybe quarter pint-sized, or even a little lower, MMs. She comes from the community of Mahaika, not far away from where I actually live. I know her dad well, a super, at the national level, super player of pools.
Well, that's a good-looking shot off the back foot. And didn't look to hit it too hard. She was looking for that gap between the cover and the backward point, but just couldn't score. Crystal Durant just testing her outside the line of the off stump. And I guess you would have remembered too, Indamati Gurdial from Unity.
Yes, my village. I saw her the other day, had a little chat with her. She went on to the highest level, of course. She's working. I asked her, it's not too late because age is not a big barrier in the women's category at T20. And you can still come back and play and get to the top again. She looked at me, smiled, and said, no, Uncle Naim.
Yeah, she would have had her time, enjoyed that, turned another page in her life. Driven in the air, falling short, brilliant fielding, return comes in. But I think a sliding effort here by Gajnabi. She has found herself not in any trouble as far as claiming her crease, but with her arms. And she's tall. A good slide there from her to gain that crease. And I remember Indamati Gurdial, Dr. Sipasad, who once worked with West Indies cricket. He took a team of girls up Maikoni River. We had a cricket a match went on there. What a blessing. It was a lovely day of cricket. And he reeled out a set of names from Unity that are prominent figures. I didn't hear the name Naim Chan at all there.
Because he was referring to the little girls in the community. I actually had a niece who, she would have gone on, she gave up. She would have gone on, I think, at the highest level. Also from Unity Village.
Hit hard straight to the fielder. Well, that return drives the keeper away from the stump. I'm just kidding. He did mention his dear brother, Naim Chan. And, you know, so many names he called from that village of Unity. His Excellency.
Politicians
yes,
also.
It is so true.
Dr. Jagdeo, we had the president of the Guyana board, Chetram Singh, and of course a string of cricketers, international, at Collincroft and Shiv, but then a string of names at the national level on the 19, very, very popular. And
yeah, you had the two Arjun brothers, Krishna and Vishal.
Those are the ones I'm talking about. Arjun, the elder of the two brothers, went on to play national cricket, as well as the younger one.
Yes.
Several of them.
I remember to a youngster that showed a lot of promise from Unity Village was Garbaran. Never really went on, but he was a very aggressive player and loved the game.
Yes, I think he played for the West Indies under 23 in a game, or was in the squad. That's Anthony. Don't get confused with what I'm saying.
Yes, and here's a wide, just going beyond that wide line, and another run will be added here. 9 for the loss of 1. 1 delivery remain in over number 2. We remind you their target is 89.
Got a whole 109 balls to come. That would be another wide, Jeet. Yeah, she's got to get a little hold of herself, Crystal Durant.
Yes, certainly. You don't want to be giving away all these wides when the target is a small one, 89. Not a huge target whatsoever. Yes, well, I just beg your pardon. Vimy, our official scorer, just upbraided me saying the target is actually 90. That's a good delivery.
I saw Gajnabi having a long on and long off, except for Mentor and Shemaine. They were not very hard hitters in the side that batted first, the Pakaraima Force. Look at this field setting here that Shemaine is leading the side. You can see the experience coming out. She's not with distant feelers deep down in any boundary, just about where you can take catches. The third man is not right down on the ropes of the fielders.
Yes, and especially in the first 6 overs where we have the fielding restriction. Hey, that guy is one of our...
He's not in any of the 2 teams. That guy is as masculine as anything, if you're coming with anything suspicious.
This is in the air, the catch is taken, and she's gone. That's the end of Shabika Gajnabi, straight down the throat of Miroff. And look at these girls. They're cock-a-hoop out in the middle. They are certainly enjoying that one.
Yeah, I expected a little more from Shabika because of her experience. And to know that they've got... It's coming up in your computer a short while from now. How many balls left to get how many runs? And look, you got 108 balls to get 80. Less than a run a ball would get you there. And you said to me that she was very kind of an exciting, aggressive batwoman. So I was expecting with her experience she should have tempered it a little bit. Anyway, she looked pretty aggressive, looked pretty compact, but not hanging on there long enough.
Yeah, that was beautiful ball by Shanita Grimmon. Give credit to the bowler, floated it nicely, didn't get the power she was looking for. So picking up the early wicket here, 10 for 1. And right away you can see the spirit of the Pakaraima Force girls just raise a little, feeding themselves with hope that they can defend that 89 they made. Tia Isaacs out in the middle. That one went right through her. How did it miss the off stump? Beautifully bowled by Shanita Grimond. She's an excellent bowler. Fine experience.
Yeah, she has been quite on target, to say the least. And that was quite a messy affair there from the batter Tia Isaacs. It just rolled all over her, actually.
So female exhibition match. Has to be careful moving inside the line of the delivery, but she judged it nicely. It was going down the leg side. We are having third place playoff at 14 hours. And that's between the Berbice Piranhas and Demerara Pitbulls. Both being knocked off the finals. And on the lights tonight, Naeem, we can't wait for that encounter between the all Essequibo Warfare, Essequibo Anacondas and the Essequibo Jaguars.
It'll be quite a good matchup. I appreciate this tournament, the GCB, Guyana Cricket Board, Super League. I think getting down to the latter part of the tournament, I saw lots of improvement.
Yes, more and more cricketers are getting their names, where you can look up and see good performances and so on.
Because even some smarter catches were taken. I saw them running between the wicket improving, and good to see that they're having this kind of experience. That should carry very, very close here at the National Stadium. It's pretty fast out there, not having the legs to reach into the boundary. So is there a signal coming from the umpire? So we had some bad buys signaled by the umpire.
Yes, and the kind of shot that was played there, a little tickle would have gotten it for 4. She missed it, but nevertheless they got the bye. 3 overs gone, 12 for the loss of 2. Good time to remind you that this is the Guyana Cricket Board National T20 League powered by BetCageSports under the patronage of His Excellency, the President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, and also with the rallying call of One Guyana. Yes, these are the girls. They're in the dugout of the Kaieteur Warriors, all decked out nicely in their red and their black.
Looks more like a pageant, right?
Yes, and
Hello, this is Naeem Chan. Yeah.
in the air, they're little Mandy Mangru. In the air, they're little Mandy Mangru.
Well, knowing her size, I'm actually pleasantly surprised that she went after that one and struck it quite fiercely too. Just not enough in the middle of the bat to get it down to the boundary.
Yes, and she's a good all-rounder. Mandy Mangru has good off-spin as well. Didn't see her bowl. She kept the wicket and at the same time give others an opportunity to keep the wicket too. That's good to see. I know in Essequibo, Mr. Dalip Singh and his team, they have been doing a fine job in harnessing female talent in that part of Guyana. So too in Demerara. Gets runs through the onside. They will surely come back and complete too.
They're pretty anxious, unlike the other side when they batted, the Pakaraima girls. These are very eager to take very smart, swift singles. Nice running.
Yes, from the time the shot was played by Tia Isaacs, they decided they're going to get 2 from this one. That's important when they run the first one quickly.
Nice weather. We've had fantastic weather conditions for cricket over the past maybe 2 months straight, non-stop. Excellent conditions. And to go with that, which was even more pleasant, was the high wind that we experienced, breezy conditions.
Yes, and I guess one of the things that help us here, we're actually outside the zone of devastating hurricanes and so on the tip of the Atlantic in the tropical region. But we've gotten some strong winds, some storms and so on. But I love that fresh air you talk about, Naeem. Off the back foot, just picking up the fielder down in the cover region. Can't score. Well then, a shy here over the head of the keeper did not result in anything else. You smell that freshness of the wind coming in. You know, it gets on your skin. It's like a balm that keeps you going. Guyana is a blessed place.
Big extravagant offer there from Tia Isaacs, not making contact. She wants to get on with it. But I think Mandy has been displaying a lot of control. Just one shot that was airborne. But that's all you have to do because you've got reasonable time on your hand. 96 balls, 75 runs.
Yes, and some of
You
our...
can give your email address there now.
They already have it, Naeem. They normally see cricketing advices from me, and it's good to see these guys are very earlier on here. Some of them will be playing a little bit later this afternoon. And, majority of them, they've enjoyed whatever cricket competition they have a chance to play in, and that's because of their love for the game.
So congratulations to the Guyana Cricket Board. This is the inaugural tournament, actually, T20. And I think it's already bringing in results, unearthing new talent, because one of the mandatory elements of the competition was that you must have 3 under-19 players in each of the franchises. So that was a very, very smart move. And I discovered a few that I've never seen before.
And she grew up as a little girl in that environment. Thus her love grew for cricket.
Well, what is this, Indrajit? What a fantastic shot there. Reverse sweep down to the boundary. I didn't know these girls can do all of that.
And that's Mandy Mangru. And she's showing us her prowess, her skills. I've seen her played it a few times. This time she hit it to perfection and getting a boundary as well. I like the look of Naya Latchman, though. That was a good chase to the boundary. This is hanging in the air. Catch taken. Simple one. Down towards mid-off. And Mandy Mangru, she has to go. After playing a fantastic improvised shot, looking to go over mid-off, couldn't clear the field. And the lady there just waited on it and took a good-looking catch.
And I'm so disappointed that she has been out, because I think she was batting with a lot of control. There was the luxury of time and many, many overs to come. So I was expecting that she would have been the one to just hang in there a little bit, like how these are hanging in here.
Yeah, hello to you beautiful ladies. You're watching FL Sports there. Nice to have you here at the National Stadium. And there's a gentleman in the mix and a little boy as well. Looks to be one family, if we shall go by what we're seeing facially.
Well, I guess they came to support. They probably have some family out there on the field.
Of course, I think that's the reason why here. And the love for the game as well. So important in your development, Naeem, that, family members are there with you, especially when it comes to parental guidance and so on, their presence. This is good to see.
But the most...
Antonio Vaki and Saltfish, or the land of wood and water, but also the land of speed. They have produced a number of runners that have dominated this world. 200 meters, 100 meters. And you can't talk sprint without talking Jamaica. Usain Bolt, that great man. Yeah, you'll get a single here. Shelly Ann Fraser Price, a little lady, but my goodness, she is quick. 5 overs gone, 22 for the loss of 3.
I don't like when women can run fast. They slip out of your hands, you can't catch them back.
You're talking from experience, Naeem.
Runaway train.
Well, so far, 22 for the loss of 3. And I think here that the Pakaraima Force, they are fighting back nicely. They have picked up wickets and they have managed to put some pressure. BetCageSports, that's the major sponsor for the Guyana Cricket Board National T20 League. And it's good that, they have come on board. And I'm certain they're going to be here next year as well. So we have the different formats going, Naeem. We started with the T10 Blast. Now we're having T20. All have been professionally organized. And we're having the one-day inter-county tournament, club cricket and so on. I love to see the longer version of the game, though. Played a little bit more. Letitia Jordan. Nicely tossed up delivery just outside the line of the off stump there. So they're ringing the changes and hoping to get the breakthroughs. And it has been coming. They have to be very patient.
Letitia is very, gives it a lot of air. She's doesn't have the luxury of time. Got to be right on spot, put pressure on the batting side. Good delivery though, outside the line of the off stump.
Yes, and she's cheering as that ball was fielded cleanly down at extra cover. Good, and that's a good delivery. Some spin to exert it off the pitch. And you could see her wrapping those long fingers around the ball. I like the way that she's flighting it. And the line wasn't bad, the previous delivery.
Well, her flight has been spot on. And the batters don't want to go out and get her. So they're staying anchored, allowing what can be converted into a half volley to be an extremely good ball. Good over nevertheless. 6 gone, 23 for 3.
So Tia Isaac, she's on 2 from 14. Has been little labor there. Beautiful housing development here we are seeing in Guyana. That's on the East Bank corridor. And Guyana is known for massive development in the last 3 years, 4 years. Absolutely splendid. And right around this area, very, very busy, lots of businesses, residential area, Silica City going up on the as you go towards the Timeri International Airport, and across the country, you know, housing scheme by the thousands are going up. And that's another cameraman here on FL Sports, Andrew Passat. Hello, John. Don't say the next name. I know you were going to say that.
Nia Latchman for her second over. Oh, well flighted. Just over pitching. So it's a nice game on hand. The result, not necessarily the most important part of this game, is the experience, the opportunity to have a game at the National Stadium, some form of high level. Runs badly directed from Latchman, and is punished.
Yes, and it's important to, you know, test the field and see what it looks like, because the game for female must be developed at some time. There must be a structure, and I'm sure these are good avenues to use and see what kind of talent that you have, because female cricket is rising across the world, across the region, and we must have a boom in Guyana as well for that.
I remember a few seasons ago, president of the Everest Cricket Club and executives, President Manju Nadir and executives collectively felt that after the 2018 World Cup, they want to see the women's game developed. And for a long time, there was a window period open for free registration to the Everest Cricket Club for our women folk. I remember just a few persons took that opportunity, including Kaieteur Schultz. But I'm sure that invitation is still open. Nice delivery. That invitation is still open by Everest for female participation, because it is part of the game. And as Everest is physically expanding, I'm sure they love to expand as well with their membership and have a female aspect of the game at the club. So, ladies, you're listening, to contact the office at Everest. Get an application form. It's free for now.
Yes, and who you know, once you love the sports, and the good thing too is that, you know, parents are allowed to be with their kids during those practice sessions and so on, to watch and see what's happening. And I would also like to see something done so we can touch the hinterland in Guyana. I can speak of 2 Amerindian reservations that I've visited on a number of occasions. 7 overs gone, 28 for the loss of 3. They're inclined to play sports. Marikabai and St. Cuthbert Mission. I think it's now Pakuri Village. And those are 2 areas that I've seen Amerindian girls play the game of cricket. They're very strong, they're very active, fleet-footed. And, you know, within those villages and across Guyana as well, we must be able to do something to develop the game. It is being done in part by the Guyana Cricket Board, and there's always a start. I think they have done things in Maruka and different parts of the hinterland. 89 for 6, that was when the Pakaraima Force batted off their 24 overs, led by Matt Ramutu. Fine innings of 34 from her that propelled them to that 89.
Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Oh, yes, Jordan. Come on, girls. Support them.
In addition to the interest as well, the government of Guyana have gone a step further in trying to pique the interest a little bit more by giving grants for the purchase of cricket gears and other sporting gears in the villages. Chance and not taken. In and out. Who else? Shanita Grimman. All of her experience,
Jordan, keep going.
floating a chance.
Okay, keep going.
Jordan
Keep going.
will be very disappointed.
Yes, and she has all right to be disappointed here. Seemed to have it covered the last moment, just flooring it.
A big appeal for her like before. Shemaine Campbell is excited, but that outsays umpire Blair.
Yes, and I mean, give kudos with the partnership that is working well, the Guyana Cricket Board, the government of Guyana. A partnership that has seen a number of things occurring. There have been quite a few millions of dollars in cricket gears that have been distributed across Guyana, especially in the hinterland region. That's a full toss, and that's banged away. That's going to go pretty close towards the boundary. And that's 4 runs. Well played off the bat of Rilana Grimond,
Keep going, Jordan.
celebrating that drop catch, smashing it away for 4 runs.
If you're given a life and then a gift, you'll take it. Punishing that full toss, a juicy full toss to bring over number 8 to a close. 32 for the loss of 3, 58 to get from 72. It's to be interesting now how the Kaieteur Warriors will approach this run chase, because they're a bit slow. The required run rate is climbing.
But the good thing is that it has not gone above balls, in the sense that it's just 4.83. But they've lost 3 wickets. And that's very, very important. So I think they're well paced at the moment. The Pakaraima Force, they have to pick up a wicket. That's the only way they're going to contain this team.
Start of over number 9. Beats the keeper as well. Shemaine Campbell knew nothing about that one.
Yes, I'm a little bit disappointed with Shemaine Campbell there. She got up way too early and just couldn't make the adjustment, and the ball just trickled through her. You want to save as many runs as you can. And looking at some of our national players playing in this female game, some of them really did not put their heads down out in the middle and decide to play a long innings. Shemaine Campbell is one of them. Mandy Mangru, that's 2. Well, the swung high in the air over the head of the fielder, trickles across the rope now for 4.
That's a bad miss as well, because the fielder should have been right back on the boundary, walking in just a few steps. Seems as if she started in the boundary inside and still walking further. Had she been back in her original position, might have taken a good catch. Look how far in she was, and went over her head for 4.
Yes, and these are a very, very important thing here. Shemaine Campbell should have ensured that the fielder is right up on the ropes where she is at the moment. But it's like when the horse has already been bolted, then you're going to close that gate.
Just too short from Mans again. This time the fielder collects because it's all along the ground. So another single.
A good looking shot by Relana Grimmon there to get the single all along the ground. Well, this one just again looking to play the drive and going between herself and the bowler.
Arrowhead fluttering proudly in the jit.
You can't go wrong whenever you see that flag. You get goosebumps, the golden arrowhead. Remember, reading history book 1966, it was force hoist on Mount Iron, Ghana. Yeah, by some army officers that went up that mountain. Today it's been displaced across government buildings, and all patriotic Guyanese, whenever they see that, time for reflection.
Jordan to continue.
Catch it! Yeah, keeper!
Another juicy full toss, but just a single. Grimmon this time. Quickly feeling.
Yes, while you want to flight the ball, you don't want to get them into full tosses. This is something that Jordan will be learning as she pursue her career in cricket. You must be able to have that length that you want to bowl. Too wide, crash through the offside field. Took some pace off it, the diving figure down at extra cover. And they get a single in the process.
Nice passage of play now for the Kaieteur Warriors. Oh, Jordan. Again, another good delivery. Getting some turn. Letitia Jordan, yes, Caribbean.
Yes, and once she pitches on that line of the off stumper, just a little outside the line of the off stumper, on a good length, she's going to get some turn. Good drive. And they'll pick up a single here all along the ground.
Good feeling again from the experienced Shanita Grimmon. Cool conditions now.
Yep.
Go on, Jordan.
Ball coming right time over.
So back with the action here now at the National Stadium. Sherman Campbell is in the outfield now, so new wicket keeper picking up the gloves and the pads. It's going to be Shanita Grimman who will continue. This is over number 11 of the run chase. Kaieteur Warriors looking field misfeeling and allowing a single. So it's a good exhibition, like the title suggests, exhibition match, because the result, like I was telling Indrajit, is not necessarily the primary focus of this game. Is to give these girls exposure. As Naim rejoins us, but it's good to see that still have that competitive spirit with them, Naim.
Yes, and the experience actually of Charmaine Campbell, and it's good that the younger girls are having the opportunity to, as you mentioned, to be among people like Charmaine Campbell. They'll get a single here only. There's a long on.
Come on.
But look at the field placing. You can see the experience here and the expertise of Charmaine Campbell coming out. Nice field. And she has people in key areas. There's a short backward square or short fine leg almost for that sweep shot.
Runs again, just too short on this occasion from Grimond. But Jordan quickly running around and affecting the feeling. The most expensive over so far from Grimond. This one her third. 4 runs conceded already.
Yeah, she's been very, very good except for this over. Did she take the catch? She's practically celebrating now or dejected now, so I don't think she plunged forward sufficiently. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, she waited rather than going forward. And of course, she's female. You don't want her to be jumping forward and injuring herself at the same time. But she has had a lot of spin in her bowling. So is Jordan. Jordan has bowled very well. That's a Guyana flag that you have there, those people outside. Beautiful. And also Jordan has been giving it a lot of year, but she gets the ball to turn appreciably. These guys that you're seeing on your screen, actually, they have come in preparation for the other games which we're having at 2 o'clock and then 7 o'clock.
Most of those guys from the Demar Pit Bulls, so the Pit Bulls are in town. Get ready for the game. This time, clean bowled. Jordan gets her girl. This time, Tia Isaacs exposing everything. And Jordan won't mind. She will take it. She gets her first. Then over number 12. It's now 47 for the loss of 4.
Well, she's really been giving it endless flight, deceiving. Look at her. Sometimes overflighting, but the batters are not seizing the opportunity of going down the pitch to meet her and hit it away. They have been anchored in their crease, hence Jordan becomes a star. Few patrons there just coming in, turning out this morning into the afternoon period now, just to see their cherished ones who might be performing out there. So they've gone past the halfway mark, and they still have 6 batters left in the pavilion. So it's not like they should be giving up hope. They just need someone to give a partnership. That's what they need. So the required run rate just about climbing. Lost the sunshine a little bit here at the National Stadium. for a brief moment. Jordan again down the leg side. They've all been guilty, I think, at some part or the other. Guilty of bowling too many wides and giving extras away.
I like the intent of Kaieteur Schultz. Looking to get bat on ball at all costs, but just too close to cut on the last delivery. Cutting and missing. Jordan about to finish her spell. At this stage of her career, Kaieteur Schultz, with all of her experience, still too tentative. It goes to show that even everyone who starts on zero starts with some amount of nerves as well.
Jordan gets that ball to turn appreciably, and she's not afraid to give it a lot of air. I would like to see Jordan take, well, she probably is doing that, but in a more serious way. Lots of training, lots of workout, lots of advice from technically equipped people to guide her. I think she'd be a good bowler. Still is a good bowler at the moment. A lot of turns.
Wicket maiden from her to finish her spell. Might have just been a single. So 1 for 10 from her 4 overs, 48 for a loss of 4. Jonathan Rampasad and Moses Rampal in discussion. Well, umpire Moses Rampal, who's part of this game, and Rampasad, who's going to be part of the Piranhas side when they take the field in that third place playoff in a couple of minutes.
Little stump.
Yeah, that should be exciting, and I'd like to think that we'd have some people, today's Saturday, half-day work perhaps, getting into the afternoon period. So we encourage you to come out here. Nice bit of work from Charmaine Campbell. Misses trying to hit the striker stump down. Schultz was charging down the wicket. Realizing that she can't get there in time, she turned back. Charmaine Campbell scooped on it and fired a return to the strikers end, missing. One of the guilty spots there from Marks. Tremaine Marks, short, extremely short delivery. So given out, the wicket given now. So Schultz is on her way. Another wicket falling. It's becoming even more difficult now for the batting side. 48 for the loss of 5. And things are not looking up at the moment for them.
Yeah, Schultz going back for a single, disappointing. 48 for the loss of 5 in over number 13. So the Kaieteur Warriors seem to be Kaieteur Warriors at the moment, worrying if they're going to get pretty close to that 90 runs target. Schultz making a long walk back to the pavilion.
Nice bit of energy there for the new batter. So the conditions are very cool at the moment. We've lost the sunshine. I think the girls out there will appreciate that quite a lot, because it was scorching hot as it has been over the past months. So I guess what is happening, although there's scorching conditions, there are very thick clouds above, white clouds, and so no threat of rain, but it's helping. Just keeping the sunshine to directly make contact with the girls. There's something I'm noticing, John. The boys use more cream on their faces for the sunshine than the girls, who I would like to think would want to protect their bodies.
A pretty good observation. And definitely agree with you on that one.
I think I've seen just one girl. Jordan, I think, has some on her face, the sunscreen. No other one. On the batting side, I don't think I noticed it. Maybe one. Short again here. Marks. Now she's short, and she's short of a good length. Got to pitch it up some more. But she's also getting some, deducing some turn from this Providence strip. Better length now. Just a little more up, but wide of the off stick.
Penalized Tremaine Marks, just one too wide. It's a 3 already in the over.
Short again, worked into the onside. Just coming back for a second. Would there be a direct hit? Nice attempt there by Grimman. Just lay there prostrated on the ground, scraping home. It's very quiet actually for a Saturday. Not seeing a high intensity of traffic movement. But that one is guided away for another single there by Retimaya. End of 13, 54 for 5.
Still 7 overs to go in this one. Letitia Jordan completing her spell of 4. Grimman with an over up her sleeve, and Nia Latchman, the other wicket taker, with 2. Rihanna Grimman is still there.
She's batted with some determination and struck a few balls around also. 19 from 22 is exactly what the Kaieteur Warriors are looking for. No big extravagant stroke play. Just keep your wicket. That's their only hope. They must not be losing wickets. That's exactly what Charmaine Campbell and the fielding side are looking for.
They tend to play that ball off the line of the leg stump. Although it's like across the line, there's a safe shot in the end for our ladies. Because it's most time than not, it's on the line of the leg stump like this one. This time she gets a top edge. Keeper cannot get there.
That looked almost like bat up and catch. It took the top edge. She was trying to sweep it away. That airspace is getting busy in this country. I mean, need a few traffic cops up there, John, to direct that traffic. Well, the direction comes from below. That outsays the umpire. I think that looked as though it was going down the leg side, but she came onto the back foot. But her body language suggests. There you go. Down the leg side.
Good to see the googly coming out as well from Latchman. This one off the body and onto the stumps. So now she gets a wicket that she's looking for. And there's a prize scalp of Rihanna Grimman who goes. She's bowled for 19. 57 now for 6 in the 14th.
Latchman, to all her credit, I think she has been one of the best bowlers I'm seeing today. She's very fast through the air. The batters are not getting into position on time. Actually skates onto them. Look at that. Right. The other bowlers have been giving it more air. And when you reach the international scene and giving it all of that air, it might be difficult coming up to some of the great batters across the world. But Latchman is different. At the international level, a lot of flight might put you in a lot of trouble. That's more suited like Test cricket. It's all about bowling maiden. So if you can bowl it, if you're a spinner and you can bowl it quickly, get into the batsmen, cram them for space. That's the name of the game. Preventing batters from scoring. Here's where Maya Lachman comes in.
Near the crease now. Ashwini Mulisar. Off the mark immediately. At the end of 14 overs, 32 to get from 36. Lachman 2 for 16 from her 3.
Well, I see they're having their mid-pitch conference, which is a good sign. So you're meeting and discussing, well, we got almost a runner ball. This can happen. A boundary here or there will top it up. So there's your Manhattan there for you. But that's the occupying that crease, I think, is very important. And a boundary is going to come off the edge sometimes or from a deliberate good shot. But if you can keep your wicket to take the singles as quickly as possible, it will take some effort, but it's achievable.
Trimming marks to continue. This is her second over. Wicket in her first and 6 runs. Ashwini Mulisar looks determined for success. Too close to cut as well. One of the persons I'm noticing is not on one of these teams today is Laureen Williams, a young lady from Cartabo, the Lower Mazaruni region of region number 7. Cutting and missing. Room was there for cut, but missed. Laureen Williams, one of those products of the Heritage Games, usually held in September, organized by the Ministry of American Affairs. And she came to 4 at the Heritage Games, was invited to.
And for those living outside of Guyana, that's way in the jungles of our country. Disappointed that she's not here. Finds the gap here. Reti Maya is going to go far, but not in the boundary. That is a nice free-flowing shot. Good to see her. 6 from 6. And 28 from 32 balls. So it's within the vicinity of their expectations that they can win this game. Just make sure you keep that wicket, and a boundary may come here or there to add. Now, that ball is so wide. Trajan marks that if it goes into the boundary, it could be 4 wides, of course. Maybe give them 8. But that could have gotten somebody out on another pitch playing at another venue.
But that is why umpire Avi Barker is signaling it's a no ball and now a free hit. Attempted quicker delivery for Marks, pulling it down, gripping it a little bit too hard, and then it was delivered on the next pitch, or what would have been the next pitch, like you said, in a next venue. So, free hit coming up.
And this over she did particularly well because she has a lot of room on the onside, but she has kept every delivery outside the line of the off stump. That's an excellent sign. She had a rugged over the last one, came this over, kept every ball. Lots of vacancy on the leg side, but the batsers are not getting a chance to put it there.
Oh, a nice, very slow delivery from Marks. Reti Maya seemed to be batting with a pointer today, playing and missing. She survives, 5 overs to go, 24 to get from 30. All 6s on the board for the Kaieteur Warriors, 66 for 6. Equation, 24 to get from 30.
Thank you, John. Goodbye. Thank you, Lord. So, John just mentioned the equation to you, 24 from 30 balls, achievable in all respect. But as I welcome back Indrajit, They've got to just keep that wicket intact. That's very important, and do exactly what they're doing. They're picking up the ones and the twos. They, of course, will be missing one of the good shorter ones. Nice air. When I say nice air, nice flight, but struck away down the leg side. Airborne for a long while, but pretty safe. And that brings in some, I was going to say cash, brings in some runs.
You're not wrong to say cash. Cash runs are cash at the moment here for the batting team. Every single run that they get, it counts, and they're marching towards victory. They need wickets here. Now that's going to bring some relief at dot ball. Short of a good length and getting up nicely, but didn't pick the gap there, the right-handed Sienna Retimaya. She has done well since he has come out into the middle. 12 from 12. That's not bad at all.
Keep working, man. You keep working.
Nice paddle sweep, but it's going to go into the hand of the girl forward at the square leg umpire. So they've lost their wicket, and that's what we were talking about. Crucial to retain your wicket. If another one falls, this one just fell. If another one falls, you start to be in a spot of trouble. Well, now it's 7 gone, so they're already in a spot of trouble.
Yes, and that's straight down the throat of Marks there, who waited on the catch. I think the plan here was to score as many singles as you can, but I felt a little bit sorry there for the batter. She was looking for the single, but just couldn't keep the ball down. It was in the air, and Danielle Mans picking up her first wicket. She's in her second over, 1 for 9 so far. Just want to remind you that their target, as you can see on the screen there, is 90. Not big totals we have seen here today, just 89 from the Pakaraima Force. And now we're seeing that the Kaieteur Warriors, they're struggling to get there. And primarily due that they have lost a lot of wickets in quick succession. Some pair in here need to put together a little partnership. 21 runs required from 27 balls. That's very gettable.
And there's a key word that you use there, partnership. We're not seeing a lot of it in small, short spurts. Where in the previous side batting, that was the Pakaraima's Force. We saw 1 or 2, a bit of what we can call a partnership. But that's what they need here. Stay, retain the wicket. I think this is very gettable. Absolutely short. Many of these girls have been sending down lots of wides and very, very short. So there's a, what you call it, a free hit.
This was actually a no ball, so a free hit entails here. Can Nikisha Williams make this count inside of her wicket? A big swing. Return comes in here from Jordan. That was pretty close indeed, but they get the single. Have to be careful here. You do not want to lose another wicket. And I guess the two girls might very well be talking to each other. Naim looking where the vacant part are in the field. It's kind of drop and run into the offside field. That's very possible for a single.
Well, they're long on and long off. They're right back. Now this is pulled away. It's one down at the boundary, forward of the square leg umpire, all the way to the boundary. So runs are becoming a little scarce, a little precious now.
But this is too short, and straying down the leg side as well. Must have come off something here from the batter. But 16 overs gone. 72 for the loss of 7 Kaieteur Warriors. And they're warring out in the middle there. 18 runs required from 24 deliveries. Mans, 2 overs cost her 1 for 12. We expected it's going to be a thrilling encounter, and we are seeing that out in the middle. And as we get closer and closer, it becomes more exciting.
I just remember, Jeet, the last time we did commentaries in this particular box. Clyde Butts was with us here, God rest his soul. Just a bit of faint memory there. Just remembering his smiling, if not sometimes angry-looking faces. But he would help you along with the commentaries because of his expertise, of course. God rest his soul. So we're with the younger folks here, describing them today. This is more an exhibition match, part of the GCB Super League T20 tournament, which ends tonight here. Sponsored, of course, by BetCage and powered by BetCage and under the patronage of His Excellency, President Irfan Ali.
And that was beautifully bowled, Naeem. Right outside the line of the off stump, drawing Munesar into the big, expansive cover drive. She missed everything, and it went through to the keeper. Crystal Durant, none for 8, and His Excellency is actually in Region 9. I'm not too certain he's going to come out a little bit later this evening to grace this occasion, but he's been traversing Guyana, looking to see how he can help his people.
The attempts are nice. It more of a picture, but not making contact. We saw that when the Pakaraima's innings was in effort. There were several shots they're firing, but not making connection. We saw good connection from the Kaieteur Warriors, from the opening batters to down the line. They were Madram Mutu and company. Big shot, but it comes off the inside edge down towards forward of the square leg umpire. They get 2 because that fielder is pretty deep down the boundary.
Yes, and once he got it in that direction, definitely 2 always on the card. And Ashmini Munesar, she's West Indies under 19 skipper. So, you know, she brings some caliber of good intelligence out in the middle there. Crystal Durant, tall, slim, flashing blade outside the line of the off stump there. Just teasing her. Has to be careful with the line, because if that edge is found, they're open real estate between the fine third man and the backward point. That will surely go away for 4. You do not want that to happen. 16 runs from 20 balls. Getting a little bit more easier here for the Kaieteur Warriors.
Come on, baby girl, you got to make contact here. She does now, but straight to a fielder who it ricochets out of her hands and goes all the way down towards the boundary, just been pulled back inside.
Well, the basic was missing there. Get the body behind the line. If you miss it, your body can stop it. You must be able to put the body on the line there, Marks. And 14 from 19, getting much more closer, 76 for 7. And Munesar is going to go after the bowling here. She's going to be looking for the drive once it's pitched up. If it's short, she will be pulling it.
It's coming all the way down towards long on, between long on and mid wicket. So the long on had to go all the way around. Just couldn't make it into a catch. It was completely out of her zone. And the batsman picking up a couple there. That will add some nice flavor to the chase there. 12 from 18. This is quite easy. They should just stay there and bat and get those runs.
Well, they should. Ashmini Munesar, she's 9 from 11. Nikisha Williams, 1 from 3. And they're intelligent girls. They know it's not a huge required run rate, just 4 runs and over in the last 3 to get it there. Yes, family atmosphere here once again. We're seeing in the green stand 2 young ladies along with a young boy. Lots of food there as well.
Coming to that, I would Guyanese, typical Guyanese, walk with their food. I don't see the commentary box getting anything here, do?
A lack of nutrition so far since this morning, Naeem. That's a good delivery by Naya Lachman. Tossed up nicely, and Nikisha Williams just patting it down. No doubt, at this stage you will be counting balls and runs.
She's a busybody cricketer, no doubt. She walks very quickly, runs in quickly. Nice flight. Seaside. Another one bite the dust. This is going to go against the Kaieteur Warriors. The important thing was not to lose a wicket at this moment.
Yes, I agree with you. Well, that wasn't a single there at all. Some people will run away from trouble. Some will walk right into trouble, straight to the fielder. She had all the time in the world to lob the return. That's the last thing they wanted at this stage here. They have lost their 8th wicket. I just want to remind you that the Guyana Cricket Board National T20 League is powered by BetCageSports. And certainly they have done a fantastic job in partnership, along with His Excellency, the President of Guyana, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali.
So high anticipation for the third place play starting at 2 o'clock. And then the grand finale at 7 o'clock on the lights. So we expect the people to come out to watch that game because it's after work, and for many of them no work tomorrow. So they've got some space, some time to relax tomorrow.
Yes, so Williams gone. 78 for 8. Melanie Dover, she has come out into the middle here. But it's, Melanie Dover. She's going to take her first delivery. In fact, it's Munisar taking her first delivery. Nicely tossed up. And she's just defending. She knows that she can get this. And self-belief is an important ingredient to somebody looking for success. She has that.
Just a single here. Good work there from the fielding side, and backing up, that's Charmaine Campbell. That would have gone a far way, given away at least 1 or 2 byes. Good backing.
Yes, certainly. Good run in between the wicket there. Maybe had a chance for the run out, but she scampered for all her worth. And this has brought the left-handed Melanie Dover in strike. So you heard Naeem telling you about the third place playoff, scheduled to start at 14 hours after this game. And it's Berbice Piranhas coming up against Demerara Pitbulls, who is badly wounded. They wanted to get through to that final. The Anacondas wrapped themselves around them, squeezed them into submission. Big swing of the bat. Another single on taking here. I don't like the field that Campbell is set here. Thought she should have done better. And look, now they're leaking runs. That should have never happened. But this is cricket. You lose your nerve, you can lose the game.
Just coming back to the Pitbull, it's more like poetic justice, because on paper they've got the strongest team, but the paper don't play cricket. It's getting out there, and on that day you could have many failures, and that is exactly what they must learn from that.
Yeah, that's on the full toss. They'll get another single. So Niall Lachman, she ends her spell 4 overs, 2 for 20. Not bad at all, just going at 5 runs and over. 18 gone, 82 for the loss of 8.
Still gettable. Munisar is still there, experienced, quite compact and unruffled. So I think she's got the temperament, but it's almost a runner ball, so you've got to keep that in your mind. Look for these gaps. If you can find it and tuck it away, just keep getting runs. A single, no extravagant kind of stroke play. If it's possible, well, then you can do that. But they only got 2 wickets standing.
Yes, and that's the problem that they face here now. I think Campbell should be trying to get the fielders. Listen, these girls inside the 30-yard circle, they're too far. Should have brought them in a little bit closer. They can't save a single from that area. I mean, Charmaine must know this. This is crunch time, just 8 runs from 12 deliveries. And you want to save every single run. Shanita Grimond, 2 for 9. She's going to be bowling her last over here. Very experienced Shanita Grimond. Look, that tugged away. This is a telling blow. He's going to run close towards the boundary. That's gone for 4. And I look at the girls punching each other. They know they've almost wrapped this one up. Good looking shot by Melanie Dover.
That's the shot of this innings because of the time when it came at crunch time. And I don't think anyone could have done anything about that. It's gone all the way. Little beauty pageant there. Have a nice little look. This is one of the resources of Guyana, our women folk.
Yes, certainly. And that's a good delivery once again, looking to go onside, through backward square, Dover. And this time it was outside the line of the off stump. That is where I think that Grimond need to pitch it up. Do not give her the luxury of going middle stump. She has just done that. They're coming through for a single. Return comes in. Oh, and Grimond just misses that one. Could have been a run out here. They had the opportunity to pick up a wicket. That's gone a big in.
I think it was anxiety disorder for Grimond. They won that wicket so badly. Look, not a totally bad return. It was achievable to hold that ball and lots of time to take the wicket, the bails off.
Yeah, you don't have to look at the batter running between the wicket. You're looking at the ball coming into your hands and the stumps. And I think there is where she loses it because she was looking at Munisar. 3 runs and 9 deliveries. Good delivery and well played too by Munisar. Getting it straight, just defending.
The feathers of Munisar, unruffled, it's all in its place. She's calm. Look, there you go. They'll get a single. Not a messy bit of fielding there.
And her display out in the middle, Munisar, is just showing us why she has risen nicely to the height she has. It's an honor to be the captain of any West Indies team, and she has done that. Oh, coming forward, soft hands, stiff return coming in, and they've gotten the single well covered. 2 for 16 from 4. Shanita Grimond end her spell, but she ends it with the score level, 89 for 8, with still 6 deliveries to go.
That was a very good over. In fact, a very good spell from Grimond. She's offered a lot of flight because, as I mentioned, the batters are not challenging the spinners. They're not coming out of their crease. That's a big problem. They're standing there. What could have been converted to a full toss were just allowed freeway to become a good ball. But good Shanita Grimond, very impressive display in her bowling.
Certainly. So it seems as though that the splendor of Kaieteur, tumbling down 714 feet down, certainly is going to be victorious against the powerful Pakaraima Force here this afternoon in an exhibition match. Complementing the Guyana Cricket Board National T20 League on the full toss. A big swing, they're coming through for the single. They get it, the return comes in, and that's a victory by 2 wickets for the Kaieteur Warriors against Pakaraima Force. A fine victory. Good.
11 displaying. She wasn't going airbound. She was along the ground, and the other teams are coming out, so they're going to be shaking hands, as Jeet said. The other side, look in the foreground there, the background. The boys are gearing up for the 3rd place playoff team. Kaieteur Newsstand winning by 2 wickets on behalf of Inderjeet and John Ramsing. I'm Naeem Chan. We'll be joining you again, 2 o'clock Guyana time.